Hi guys, welcome to another episode, and we're gonna talk about something which is very common amongst us, including myself. I mean, I'm a very unlike Venkat. I'm a kind of person who's always skeptical on anything new, right? At least I used to be like that. When it comes to stock investing, more than the skepticism, it's just the scary version of it, right? Because I don't know how to read numbers. Like some when I say numbers, don't get me wrong. It's about so many graphs, right? So much of speculation. This is going to happen. That is going to happen. And how does those information going to affect the stock prices? Because if you are a stock investor, the basic or the most important thing is you have to learn how to read the stock, how to read the market, right? And that is the problem most of us have, including myself. And you're unnecessarily getting scared of a lot of things. And that probably after this, I'm thinking most of us will not have that issue anymore after this episode, because my expert is on the other side, Venkat.
Yeah, guys. So we're gonna go over dummies version of how to read stocks. That's basically a gist of it, right? So yeah, most of you shy away from the, oh, I don't know that, I don't know about much about stocks, but people make tons of money. That is their day job, guys. The people do day trading, people do long-term investing, right? Some of the day traders are really smart. They make thousands of dollars in a day
Yeah.
profit. I'm talking about, right? They probably start with only $100. They made millions of dollars with that $100 because they know the market. They know.
Right.
So for everything, if you wanted to make that as your day job, or if you wanted to use that as side income, it doesn't matter. But you still need to know the basic, right?
Right.
The basic dummies version. Like most of the stuff, if you don't know the basic, you cannot learn the big stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna go through, and I'm gonna do a demo. That way, it's on. What's happening instead of talking, through screen here.
Right.
Let me share my screen here, and then we'll go from there, guys. Let me know, Randy, if you can
Yeah,
see.
I can see your screen. Yep.
Okay, the first thing I would say, let me get rid of some of the thing, guys. So first thing you have to do is finance.yahoo.com, and then finance.google.com. Two websites. Just remember those two websites.
Mhm.
That's the basic, but there are tons of other websites. But Google and Yahoo. Yahoo used to be the one, but Google also now got a lot of good stuff with the finance, right? So let me go to the Yahoo version of it, right? So as soon as you go to finance.yahoo.com, you will see tons of different news about finance. You don't need to read the inside stuff. If you don't want to read it, that's fine, but at least read the title, guys. At least read the title,
Right.
probably on a daily basis. And then look at the title. Just everywhere look at the title only. Understand what's the language, the linguistics used in finance. uh, that's the first step, right? And then let's say right now what we are going to do is we are going to look into some stock, right? So just take an example, like maybe I don't know, take an example like Tesla. Everybody talk about Tesla these days, right?
Right.
So you don't need to know the symbol. There is a symbol for every stock. So in this case, TSLA is Tesla. You don't need to know what the symbol is. Just type the company name, right?
Right.
So it shows up. Walmart, right? It shows up Walmart. And so let's just go back to Tesla again
Hmm.
and open this up, right? I'm opening up that. So how do you read the whole thing right now? So you have
Right.
tons of numbers like Randy was talking about, right? So that Tesla is an incorporation. It's a company. It's not LLC. It's like it's incorporation. And this is a symbol, guys. See, TSLA is a symbol, and it's running. It's actually trading in Nasdaq, right? There are so many. Like I said, you don't need to worry about it. Just read it in the beginning, right? You will get to it later or
The
so.
Nasdaq is one of the stock markets that you can trade your stocks, right?
Right,
One
yeah,
of the one
yeah.
of the many.
Yeah. Right now, like, think like, you're just going through first grade.
Hmm.
You're just understanding the ABCD, right? The alphabets.
Right.
So this is the current price of Tesla. That's what it is at the close 4 o'clock, right? So the market runs from 9:30 to 4 Eastern time, right? So that is what it is. The 4 o'clock it stopped, but even the after hours, like take a look at the after hours. This will be pre-market tomorrow,
Mhm.
right? Tomorrow morning it'll change into pre-market, right? So it'll still like have these kind of after hours. It kind of reduced a little bit from after the closing, few dollars reduced, and this one is basically shows $28.73 reduced today, just today,
Right,
right? So
right.
it's about 3.32%. So previous close is the yesterday close, right? So if you look at the numbers below here, these are yesterday close, and
63.
then
There you go. 864. That's right. That's $28
yeah,
minus.
yeah, yesterday open. So it reduced a little bit last couple days, I would say, right? So you can see the red everything. If you see green, like it's increased, obviously, right?
Right.
And then yeah, uh, bid and ask, like these are some of the things, like you don't need to worry about it now. It's later, but right now you can kind of see this is a range, days range, right? This is what I was talking about. When people making money, a lot of money. Let's say somebody have $800, right? They put $800 here, buy one share of Tesla, 801, right?
Mhm.
And then at the like when they see 848, they sell it, right? They time the market correctly,
Okay.
and then they just made $47
Right.
in there, right? It's just for one share. Like let's say if they have multiple, if they bought multiple shares, if they bought different stocks, like something that's really low price, maybe like 1 cent become 5 cents in a day, that's like 500 times, right? 500 percentage.
Right.
So they can multiply the money. It just sometimes if you don't know a lot of all those things, you may lose the money too.
Yeah.
So that this is
And
where they make the day
and
swing.
couple of questions, Venkat.
Mhm.
One thing is how reliable these numbers or these
This
ranges
is up
are.
to date. Yeah, this is like tomorrow. If you look at during the hours,
Okay.
this one keep on changing. This will keep on changing. Like it goes up every second, microsecond.
And yeah, okay. So these are some good numbers. Like if you really want to make some quick bucks, like with like let's say even 5 shares of Tesla, right? If you need quick, let's say this is 45 into 5 93. If you want to make like 350 in real quick, like not 350, but if you have 5 Tesla shares, right? And if you
Mm,
bought it for 801, and the moment it hit 847 or 848, you sell all your 5 shares, then you make a profit of
that's a 1 day, right? That's 1 day. Like look
that's
at the
one thing.
52 week. 52 week.
I
That's
got
one
it.
year.
70. Yeah, look at the seventh range.
So one
And
year.
in
Let's
between
go
that
back here.
52 range, is it the next 52 weeks, or is it showing us the past 52
No,
weeks?
it's a rolling 52
Rolling
weeks. Like,
52 weeks.
today backwards 52 weeks. And then that's a price. Like, right. Like you can actually see, I just went to the chart here, right? I like to look at the visuals. Like 1 day here, 5 day, and then 1 month, just in 1 month, like you can kind of see 661 to, all the way up.
830. Wow, wow, what?
6 months actually really good. 6 months was like
So,
300
so
to.
basically, since we are doing ABC, Venkat, yeah, can you go to 6 months again?
Yeah, yeah.
So 6 months, it used to be what, $286 per share.
Mm-hmm.
If you had 6 months ago, if you bought one share of Tesla, it might worth
More
it.
than 3 times.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's pretty that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's right. So 1 year, look at the 1 year, guys. 1 year is like 10 times, more than 10 times. It's close to 10 times. It increased like almost 10 times. If you bought it 1 year ago, that is what you see here. 52 week, is more than 10 times.
That's
And
pretty.
this is the volume of just today. How many shares people bought, and I think it also includes sold, like buying and selling, right? 26.3 million of Tesla stocks being bought and sold today. And that's not the highest amount. Some of the days previously, like average volume, if you go by the average of all the days, right, on a daily basis, some day actually it average itself is like 43 million, guys. So that means today it didn't go like it didn't go too high, too many people not buying and selling today compared to previously the average, right? That's what it is. And then the market cap is like, take a look at almost 700-800 billion dollar.
Dollars. Right.
This is normally like, if you take the market cap, divide that by the share, you will see how many shares, right? So in this case, take the 791 billion, divide by 835, then you will know how many Tesla shares are available right now, right? So the number of shares times this share price is the market cap.
Right. And when get that 84 the range, I have a question about the range 801, 848. That 848 can happen anytime during the day, right? Between 9:30 and 4.
Right, right. If you take a look at it, right, I think the lowest was
Oh,
uh
there's a time too, around 9 o'clock. Okay, okay.
yeah, it happened around 11
11,
o'clock.
11 o'clock. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow,
Some
these are some great, great details, Venkat. Really basic, but really good, insightful information.
Yeah, and this chart, I always use this chart like max, right? So if you look at the max, you will actually see August 1st, 2011, the Tesla stock price was like $4, $5, guys.
Right.
So that's almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
$4, $5, and that's 200 times, 200 times more.
Hmm.
So that means if you have $5,000, put it in Tesla in 2011. Like like you are you're a engineering student or something, right?
Yeah.
You got $5,000. Instead of putting spending it into something, you just put it into Tesla stock in during that time.
Yeah.
You would have $1 million now. Just the $5,000 10 years ago, right? That's what happens, like that's what, like, people are always trying to find those, the next Tesla, right? Next Amazon. It's
Yeah.
out there. You just have to do some research.
And how do we know? Like, I see that since 2011, 2021, 10 years, it has like 5 times more than what where it started from. What is the next 5 year prediction? Is there any way that we could find that, like next 10 years, next year 10 years, what is this cost? Sorry, a share going to look like, kind of?
Yeah, people like, there are tons of research out there, but I would say this is like, I would say, just like, look at the company, right? You grew from 100 billion or something, less than 100 billion, with all the debt and everything. Now it got like tons of cash laying around. So it's actually going up. So like last 6 months, it's actually going up. Like if you look at this, right, it's going
Mhm.
up. It's linear. It's not going up and down, right? It's not
Right.
like, people have a lot of confidence on the Tesla right now. Even like 1 year, right? So last 1 year, during the pandemic time, right? We
Yeah.
have, so it still was like, if you go back the 5 years, right, it's all flat, flat, flat.
Mhm.
But once they start giving out the good value, right, good value, and then the politicians, like Democrats right now, embracing this technology, the electric vehicle, and all the the renewable energies, it's going to go up. It's not going to go down. But it doesn't mean that it may go down a little bit, right? So it may 5%, 10%, it may go down, but it's eventually, like, this will be up, way up,
Way up.
right?
Yeah.
So
This is the way to figure it out. If you don't want to go through any of the other websites, this will give you a very good predictions. And especially with the government change, a government which kind of encourages this kind of industries, I think it's a very good. The reason why I asked that question is, yeah, we know that it has grown from 200 or $7 to 835 in 10 years. But if someone wants to invest their money now on Tesla, will it be worth it? It sounds like it's definitely worth it, but eventually it's going to be in your own hands, and no one is going to force you to buy anything. Thank you so much, Venkat, for that insightful information.
yeah. Just a few more lists here. So you guys can take a look at it, but these are like a little bit advanced, guys. So this is like a price to earning ratio. Most of the people say that if you had to buy it less than 20, if you see any stock less than 20, just buy those.
Less
uh
than 20 what? Less than
a price
20.
to earning ratio.
Oh, okay, okay.
But in this case, it's totally exception.
Yeah.
This is like, it doesn't it's not a hard and fast rule.
Mm.
Like this case, it's like totally different, because it has a good technology. It's a future technology.
Mhm.
There are so many things, like all the millennials are going for it.
Right.
There's so many factors involved into it. That's why it is it's
Yeah.
different. Shopify also has this PE ratio is totally way high. That's fine. And then you can see a lot of different other details here. And again, like you were talking about the prediction, right? But these guys were predicting, Yahoo is predicting. You don't need to believe in this thing. It's just they're predicting like 539, but
What is 539?
they're just predicting the price in 1 year will be 539. It's not going to be 835.
Oh, like going to drop?
Yeah, going to drop. That's what they're predicting, but it's not it's based on a lot of different things.
Hmm.
But that's what they said last year. Like Tesla is not going to go up like above 500, right? Above 400,
Yeah.
something like that. And then now it's like double.
Yeah, but when a new investor sees this 539, they might want to wait until 1 year and then
Yeah,
buy at that time, right?
that's why, like, yeah, you should buy like a little bit of it, right? Like buy one or two.
Yeah.
You're not like, even if it goes down, like you're not wasting a lot of money. Like if you buy hundreds of them, like if you have a lot of money laying around, you could buy it. But this is just one example. But like,
Yeah.
you could buy Netflix, right? uh what is that? Yeah, Netflix. So Netflix, I think it's a good price, I would say. It did go up a lot of value, right? So if you look at the Netflix here, 2004, it's only $1 or $2.
Right.
It's almost 400 times more, 400, 500 times more now. But it's, again, it's going up, right? You see that it's going up because people will be still watching Netflix in the next 5 years.
Wow, I think that's some great information. 1 year target estimate. That's another focal point on this episode. That's something I learned today.
Yeah.
Great, and we are talking. We are using. We were actually using Google Finance. Oh no, Yahoo Finance.
Yeah, the Google Finance is very similar. Like I actually look at these two sites a lot. So I would say, like, you can learn from these, right? Then one day, probably not. You can start with small, right? $100,
Yeah,
$50,
yeah,
and start doing, if you really want to see how can you grow money, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's just a side. Like, you can have a long-term investment. That's what I have. Long term for a lot of
yeah,
proportion, like 98% long term, right? And then
mhm,
take those 2% of the money that you have,
yeah.
maybe play around like this to learn. You will be learning a lot, and you may gain a lot too.
And go through this information on finance.yahoo.com and go through all the numbers and possibly 1 year target estimate. Keep that in mind. Like you said, it's not always accurate, but do your other research and kind of mirror that information into this, and then you can go for robot advisory platforms like M1 Finance, Robinhood, and Webull and etc.,
Right.
etc., where you can buy fraction of these shares, right? If you don't have a whole lot of money to invest on. So that would be my 2 cents right at the end, because Venkat, I know, explained tremendously. I think it's great information within a very few minutes. And thank you so much, Venkat. Anything else? If you don't have anything else, it's goodbye from my end. But
Yeah,
any
just keep developing those skills, guys. Just that's going to help you to make money. So
finance.yahoo.com, right?
thank
Okay.
you, guys.